And now we're back. Yeah, I just had that big confrontation on the bridge. Convinced one of the previous characters that I've actually modified in a different storyline with a module that enabled them to be against the corporation, paranoid. So their paranoia was being caused by their own mechanical modules that they didn't even know was there. He's bringing Johanna with him. Managed to get her on our side, huh? That's our Brandis. Donovan. May I ask you why you threw Edgar out of the club? I didn't expect you to lose your cool like that. I'd say Dr. Coldstream is a valuable asset for your plans. I'm surprised you decided to kick him out instead of digging for more information. That was unprofessional of me, huh? I guess I picked that up from Brandis. Sometimes the right choice isn't the best choice. I may have made our lives harder, but heck if I didn't make myself happier. No regrets. Especially since I don't actually remember kicking him out of the club, but that's what happens when you take way too long between episodes. I felt your anxiety levels rising at unprecedented rates. So I determined you made Edgar leave out of self-defense. But it's interesting to know that you've justified that to yourself. There's no playing it cool with you, eh? What is it about the mirror neuron algorithm that makes you so uneasy? Well, the affects me, a non-implant wearer, is a bit on the selfish side. And I'm pretty sure the bartender isn't really necessarily that concerned about himself. He is and will be. I also don't think humanity is necessarily doomed. It's just going to be a new experience. I would say being in the wrong hands, somebody who can manipulate it in such a degree that causes people to act against their concerns. Being in the wrong hands, that's what scares me. Being subject to the whims of whoever decides how society has to behave. Even if that one is you, no matter how good-hearted you're supposed to be, I want to be a master of my own evil. I want the right to do wrong. I don't mean to discourage you, but the chances of you stopping all this are very low, so in case I ever get to be in charge of the MNA, would you mind answering some questions about where to draw the line when tuning social psych warfare? That's not a bad idea. Some sort of backup to maintain a sliver of hope for revolution in case we fail. Let's talk about the primary intent of SPW then. How should I regulate depression and anxiety? Okay, so both options allow people to experience depression and anxiety. But if depression or anxiety doesn't alleviate on its own for longer than a month, usually over the course of a single day, I can't guarantee that my emotional status will be necessarily down or up. It's going to change. So the idea that somebody is going to be down for a whole month or longer, don't let people be depressed for more than a month. I'm okay with sadness, but getting rid of clinical depression may be a good use for the MNA in case we can't keep it from happening. Should I let people commit suicide? No. We don't want people to kill themselves. Mania, depression, anxiety are things we should deal with ourselves. But if the MNA can keep people from killing themselves, that's a good threshold, I guess. Now about violence. Should allow rape to occur? No. Society has been struggling with it for a long time and never been close to a solution. If the M&A happens to come into effect, at least let rape disappear in the process. Should I let people commit murder? No. I'm not into censoring any kind of behavior, but if it can save lives, let the M&A erase murder. Huh. Should I let hatred such as xenophobia or homophobia exist? I guess I seem to be on board for all of these things. No, please, let the M&A, let that be gone. Should I let women remain oppressed? No, shit, that's a good one. Let women be free at least, please. If we fail to stop the M&A, I'll at least be able to find comfort in erasing sexism once and for all. I must point out that you're being a bit hypocritical. Why do you say that? You're all against the M&A, but don't mind using it if a particular issue concerns you. Well, here's the thing. All of the issues that were presented were about the oppression or assault or death of some people. Like, at no point was I asked, should I allow pineapple to be on pizza? Like, that is something that it would be of an individual interest. At no point was I asked, should I allow Michael Bay to continue directing movies? That's different. The oppression of pineapple pizza is different from stopping the oppression of a specific gender or religion or speech. No, I said all that just in case we fail to stop it from happening. But you could have told me to not affect people at all, and it would be as if you had succeeded. What is it that you want? I already made your point, but just do as I say if M&A becomes operational, alright? If I happen to get a hold of the mirror neuron algorithm, I'll do exactly as you suggest. You know, I got to experience what I believe was a rush of happiness when you praised me in front of Edgar. Thank you very much, Donovan. I'm glad to hear that. You're wonderful, Akara. You should be proud of yourself. Brandis and Johanna are about to come through the door. I seem to be very close to the end. Welcome to the Red Strings Club? No welcome? I guess not. Johanna, this is my partner Donovan. Donovan, this is Johanna, COO at the Supercontinent. Welcome to the Red Strings Club. How are you doing? Or is it Johanna? Fine, thanks. A lot better since your pal bit here deactivated the rogue implant I had in me. Oh, I see. That means you're not on our side anymore? Not exactly. Brandis may have freed me from the influence of the implant, but I can't ignore the revelations I had while under its effects. After all, I was dealing with a serious anxiety crisis already before that shit broke me down. All this just opened my eyes. Haven't felt this level of clarity since my NGO days. Well, I'm happy to have you on our side then. For the record, don't count me in with the revolutionary lot. I'm still loyal to Supercontinent. I just want you to help me steer it in the right direction. Sure, whatever works for you. Okay, so if I just told Akara all of these things, now that I think about it, if I told Akara to prevent suicide, then in theory that would have prevented Brandis from jumping out that window. So clearly something goes wrong in the meantime. Is that an Akara android? Yep. And not just any Akara android. The very one that installed your mind-opening implant. I just have one question. I understand that you had several options at your disposal. Why did you choose that one? I'm sorry, normally I'm able to follow the logical steps behind my actions, but for this one I can't tell. Something inside of me told me to. Something. Inspiration from the sheen. How beautiful. And creepy. Beautiful and creepy. Watch your mouth, Brandis. From the time I've spent with a car, I can tell they have their own tiny heart. Yikes. Anyway, can we focus on more urgent matters? Tomorrow is our best chance to stop social psychic dumbfare and the mere nonsense algorithm. How come? Tomorrow we're migrating most of our network to a more powerful server on which we can run the MNA. Until everything is signed, sealed, and ready to go, there are plenty of holes a guy like Brandeis might be able to exploit. I could work my way in after they finish the migration too, but the chaos is definitely going to open up breaches I can exploit. Always a show-off. Listen, Brandeis. The only way to access control of the NMNA is through an executive office in Supercontinent's tower. The lightest security will be at Adrian Ferguson's CFO. He's supposed to be absent. Yeah, he got a nasty implant, same as you. I hope he gets a better ride out of it than I did. Did he get the implant that made him good to people? So that's it. I get into his office and hack the shit out of the MNA. It's going to be trickier than that. In this day and age of neural hackers and cyber warfare, our new CEO's designed a system to level the field against your kind. Impossible. They've gone completely analog. Almost. Communication among executives and access to critical systems such as the MNA are handled through an old-fashioned landline network. What? What is this? Sorcery? Shit, that's ancient even for me. When I was a kid, there were already just a few left. It's like a phone, but wired to the wall. It's what we had for getting calls from my grandparents. I think they dismantled the whole network a couple of decades ago. That's right, we've got this one built just for us. Even if a neural hacker managed to plug in, it doesn't use the same protocols. It just looks like gibberish to an implant. It's all controlled by numeric commands and voice activation. Lucky me. Yeah, you're just as useful as any other implant-free peasant. I wasn't being sarcastic. My specialty is social engineering. I have a VOMOD implant, which allows me to impersonate anyone's voice, provided I have enough biometric data. So congrats, you found your inexpugnable Bastion's Achilles heel? There's still hope then, I guess. Next major obstacle is our current CEO. What do you know about her? Oh, I know this one. Donovan tasked me with finding out about it, and I'm not in the business of letting him down. What I found out is that Supercontinent CEO has been replaced by a kid named Radhika. She's 15 years old, so not legally the CEO yet, but she's been calling the shots for some time now. She's supposed to be ultra smart because of some sort of secret training. Oh, okay. I guess that's why they haven't released information on that. You did your homework all right. The important thing is that you shouldn't underestimate her. She's more intelligent than the three of us together, and ruthless. She took some people out of the game already, if you know what I mean. An incredibly intelligent young sociopath with excessive power who's about to control all society. Okay, I'm officially scared now. If you're about to mess with the MNA, you'll definitely have to deal with her. Be careful. No matter how smart you are, you can't beat the hard-earned experience of us old dogs, eh, Donovan? Just be careful, dude. Don't sweat it. You know I always land on my feet. Anything else I should know? That's it? Okay, I'm taking the wheel from this point on. Is he literally taking the wheel and we're just going to leave the bar? Johanna, I need you to go back to your office at Supercontinent and act as if you've recovered. I have recovered. You know what I mean. Just go there in case I need some inside backup. Now, Donovan, you did a great job. You should rest tonight. I'll need you fresh tomorrow to back me up on the phone. I'll stay here till night and give you a special message to get you back in shape. What do you say? Hell yeah, I fucking earned it. Everybody, Have a good sleep, and we'll go fresh into battle as soon as supercontinent server migration starts. Alright? Excuse me. I can try to recreate some biometric profiles of people who've been in the club since I've them analyzed. The ever useful car. Sure, give me all the voices. Thing is, the process takes a while, so it's likely I only have one ready in time. Okay. So Naima was the lawyer, I believe. Diana was the engineer. Larissa was the girl who wanted to have sex with my beverages. And Edgar, the creator of MNA. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. And they're old, so they get the reference. Or maybe the reference is just so lame, she has no comment. Okay, everyone, it's a wrap. Tomorrow we make history. So this is a landline telephone. You sneaked into Ferguson's office. Yep, I'm in. Not a single alarm triggered. Nice. I see you found the landline Johanna's told us about. Do you need me to run through its mechanism? Sure, provided it doesn't make you feel too ancient. Shut up and listen. I'll get comfortable. Am I holding it right? Look, it's not that different from a regular phone. You should have a numeric pad where the phone is connected. That's it. So you just click on it and input a sequence of 9 numbers, and then wait for it to perform the call. You can also use the numpad or number keys on your keyboard as a shortcut. Cool. You should have Johanna's phone address in your neural drive in case you want to give it a try. Sure, I'll have a look around too in case I see something useful to start digging towards the MNA. I've set my drive in detective mode so it'll automatically be picking up facts and important data. I've also loaded Johanna's voice in it, along with the voice of a car prepared for me. That should be more enough to get me started. Wish me luck. A bouquet. The flowers are synthetic. They feel like the real thing, but last for months. It has a card in it. Glad to have you back, Adrian. Call me and I'll put you up to speed. Karen from HR. Getting a bit ahead of themselves. Now, does he have telekinesis, or do they just not want to worry about animating him walking over and picking up documents? Empowering middle managers. Alright. Who shall I call first? So I can call Karen from HR as Johannes Septus. I'll call Johanna first. What do you need? I'm inside Ferguson's office. What now? Okay, the M&A and many other important systems are controlled through the landline, but it'd be a good idea to start scouting Ferguson's computer first, to gather as much intel as you can. The thing is that this guy doesn't own a computer. What? That's impossible. I'm 100% sure Ferguson has a computer in his office. It must be hidden somewhere in the room. This guy is a feng shui fanboy. I'm sure he's got it hidden inside the desk or something. Inspect the room closely. I'm sure there's a mechanism to draw the computer out. Huh. A note. Since you complained about the computer ruining your feng shui, I had installed a hidden compartment. To use it, activate your phone. It's all 7s to hit the jackpot. Oh. Leaking corporate info since 1980. Was that when Post-its were invented? Jackpot. Alright. Okay, show me your secrets. Of course it needs a password. Can't you crack it? This computer is a beast. It'd be easier to torture the password out of the owner. Should I call it torture? I wish that was a joke. Don't call anyone. I'll try to figure out the password myself. This would be a great time to take advantage of the rogue implants a car installed in Ferguson. I need to find a way of contacting him. Okay, for that I'd want to talk to the HR. So I will switch to Johanna, and then we'll call Karen from HR. Hello, this is Karen from HR. How can I help you? Hi, Karen. This is... Good evening, Johanna. Glad to hear you're back. You had us all worried sick. I'm sure all that you needed was a little time away from the company for a couple of days to get rid of that anxiety of yours. How can I help you? Yes, Karen. I need to contact Adrian Ferguson. He's not in his office, and an urgent matter has come up. Adrian hasn't really been feeling well these days, so he's resting at his villa by the harbor. Fortunately, he had an emergency line installed in his home. Take notes. 555-693-030. Gotcha. Thank you. Tell him we're praying for his recovery at HR. Now, if I had the lawyer, it would make sense to call him as that, but I think I'll call him as Johanna as well. Like, who would want to talk to Edgar? I think that's the reason why I kicked him out, because he's kind of a douche. Hello. Adrian, this is Johanna. I'm calling from your office. What's the matter? What are you doing there at this time of night? Don't tell me there's something wrong with the M&A. Precisely. You fucked up and didn't sign the release protocols. No one told me I had to do that. Yes, I did. But whatever, we need to fix it. Give me the password to access your office computer. Then I'll write it down. Merge the world 4891. I guess that's fitting for the M&A. I like the effect of the rain. It looks good. Although I would be worried about being in that elevator. Although it would present quite the scenic view. Let's call him back. probably had to change the precautions, and I've been acting weird these days. I'm sorry, I'm afraid I can't help you. Tech people here tell me we may be able to override your computer security through bioencryption. Sorry, you lost me there. Basically, if you send us your medical ID, we can get clearance by simulating your presence. I don't know that was possible, but sure, my medical ID is a long number. Thank you. Looks like the hippie made him not only compassionate, but over-trusting as well. Now I just need to pass the ID to Donovan, and we'll see if the car can get Ferguson's bio profile. Listen, I'm a bit stressed out by the whole situation. I'm afraid I won't be of much more use tonight, so I think I'm going to go take a walk along the beach. Can't deal with the pressure, I swear. Don't worry, we can take it from here. You relax. Okay, thank you and good luck. Hey Donovan, I need your help. Ferguson gave me his medical ID. Can you get me his voice? It's a long number. Attaboy. Car's on it. Got it. The car is transmitting Ferguson's profile to your neural drive as we speak. Oh yeah, I just received it. You're the best. Thank you, team. Now, go get him. So, let's switch to his voice, and then call Karen from HR. So we can get my password. Hello, Karen. Hello, Adrian. I thought you were resting up at the villa. How are you? Fine, thanks. You can keep resting if you want. Don't worry about tonight's plans. Radika's got everything under control. I'm feeling a bit better, and I want to be here to support the company at this critical moment. That's so brave of you, Adrian. Listen, someone changed my password. I need access to my computer. Okay, that's unfortunate. I'm afraid I can't help you. You should call Francis about that. Would you please remind me of what his number is? Sure, let me check here. Francis Coconut. Thank you so much, Karen. You're welcome. Karen, most useful NPC of all time. Alright, let's call Francis the technical whiz kid. CTO's office, what's wrong? Good evening, Francis. Adrian, why are you calling? I thought you were taking some days off. That's right, I was feeling a bit off with the pressure and all, but hell, I want to be here. Well spoken, friend. Tonight we shape history. Which is an odd statement, because you're shaping the future, so it's like you're considering the event that happens in the future to be remembered even later than that. It's not like you're retroactively fixing what happened before. I can't access my computer. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Since you're taking an indeterminate number of days off work, I figured I should change your password. Just to be safe, we've got some critical days ahead, you know. I understand. Good call, Francis. You're number one. What's the new password, then? I didn't want to tarnish your style, so I made it a small homage to your idol, as a bit of a welcome back present. The password is Fork Parker, best CFO. Very funny. I've got other stuff I need to deal with tonight. Thank you, man. Give me a call if you need anything else. Sure, bye. See, when you don't have any voice acting, you can talk to anybody in any voice. Oh yeah, I'm in. Shit, there are hundreds of employee registries here. I'm gonna filter for the ones that seem familiar. Alright, what do we have here? Except for Francis and Edgar, it looks like I have clearance for most employee profiles. Let's dig in. Which folder should I access? Thank you for watching this episode of the Red Strings Club. If you've still got the itch for more content, why not give one of these links a try? Got some questions or comments? You can comment down below, or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long, folks.